welcome to your Friday, November 28, 2025 edition of the Evening News. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for joining us. Let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. President Ali congratulates PM-elect of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Guyana sends more hurricane relief to Jamaica. Cash grant just one part of wider push for better living standards, says President Ali. GPF threatens to arrest over 1,800 drivers who failed to pay speeding tickets. Mohammed's extradition case, court set December 4 for defense to make submissions. And 3 acquitted for beating to death of Burby's mom. Now for the news in detail. President Dr. Irfan Ali extended his warmest congratulations to Godwin Friday on his election as Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, ousting Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, who ruled the CARICOM state for the past 24 years. The Guyanese leader, in a social media post, stated that he wished the newly elected Prime Minister and his party, New Democratic Party, a successful tenure in office. I look forward to working closely with the Prime Minister-elect to deepen the bilateral cooperation between Guyana and St. Vincent and the Grenadines and to advancing regionalism, end quote. President Ali added that at a time when the Caribbean faces both new opportunities and shared challenges, he is confident that the partnership between the two nations will continue to grow in ways that benefit our peoples and our region. I also take this opportunity to express Guyana's sincere appreciation to outgoing Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves. His long and dedicated service to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and to Caribbean regionalism have earned him respect across our community, the Guyanese head of state added. We're now joined by Trishelle Sobers, who reports that government's cash grant initiative is just one piece of a broader strategy to improve citizens' lives. This was according to President Dr. Irfan Ali, who further related that direct financial support works hand in hand with investments in jobs, education, healthcare, and infrastructure.
On the 2025 general and regional election campaign trail, President Dr. Irfan Ali had hinted that his government will distribute another cash grant to citizens, possibly in time for Christmas if re-elected to office.
PM, you told them next year is the next grant. If they behave themselves, they get it this year. We will have a beautiful Christmas. We will have a beautiful Christmas. Look at the smile on my face to know that you will have an enjoyable holiday season.
However, on September 6, 2025, the Guyana Elections Commission, GECOM, had officially declared Dr. Irfan Ali as the president of Guyana at the September 1 polls. Speaking on the sidelines of the swearing-in ceremony for regional chairpersons and vice chairpersons on Thursday, the president reassured the citizenry that the government is committed to the distribution of another cash grant, but noted that this initiative is part of a broader and elaborate plan aimed at uplifting the lives of every citizen.
Our government always delivers, and as I have said, there are a series of initiatives that I'll be announcing. And whilst you may restrict your thoughts to just a cash bonus, this government has a very elaborate agenda for the upliftment of your life, for the improvement of your life, for building prosperity for you, for building prosperity for your community, for empowering you.
Approximately 600,000 Guyanese aged 18 and above were eligible for the cash grant initiative when it was first introduced in October 2024. The grant was valued at $100,000. The head of state made it unequivocally clear that the cash grant remains a priority for his government, but similarly important works are in the pipeline for the Guyanese people.
For giving you the opportunity to live a life that you have access to the best health care, best education, home ownership, reduced interest rate, access to low-cost, low-interest business development loans and grants with no collateral, access to textbooks, expanding school feeding program, expanded infrastructure, community infrastructure, building out facility to support women's health, whether it's cancer treatment, detection, So it's beyond. Don't narrow your thinking. Don't narrow your approach of life to just one facet of what the government will deliver. There are many facets of what your government will deliver.
The Finance Ministry is currently in the advanced stages of preparing submissions for the 2026 national budget, which Senior Minister in the Office of the President with responsibility for finance, Dr. Ashley Singh, has said will be firmly grounded in the People's Progressive Party Civic PPPC's recently renewed mandate and its 2025 to 2030 manifesto commitments. Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
Let's now tell you that Guyana has dispatched its second batch of emergency relief supplies to Jamaica in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. The shipment, coordinated by the Civil Defense Commission, departed on Thursday from the AFS shipping wharf at Friendship, East Bank Demerara, aboard the MV Falk and is expected to reach Jamaica within 6 days. This latest operation follows President Dr. Irfan Ali's recent visit to Jamaica with other CARICOM heads of government, underscoring strong cooperation between the government of Guyana and the private sector. The shipment includes wood and zinc sheeting to repair 200 roofs as well as mattresses, water tanks, and rice. Highlighting local manufacturing capacity, the mattresses and tanks were produced in Guyana by ANF Foam Factory and Lion Tank. A team of Guyana Defense Force engineers will also be dispatched to Jamaica to assist with roof reconstruction once the supplies arrive. The MV Falk, originally chartered by Barakat Timbers and Trading Company Limited to transport lumber to Jamaica, provided available cargo space that the government utilized to fast-track the relief effort. A third shipment of food and building materials is scheduled to depart Guyana in 2 weeks, continuing the country's support for regional disaster recovery initiatives. As electric vehicles surge in popularity nationwide, the country's National Standards Agency is gearing up to verify EV charging systems for compliance and newly adopted standards. The upcoming assessments aim to protect consumers and improve charging reliability. Davina Samaru has the details in this report.
This revelation was made on Wednesday evening by Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce Susan Rodrigues, the minister in charge of the Ghana National Bureau of Standards, GNBS.
Responding to the growing needs of the economy, in 2026, the GNBS will commence the verification for chargers used to charge electric vehicles.
In February 2025, statistics showed that there were over 220 EVs in the country. The government has made it attractive for Guyanese to import EVs by making them exempt from taxes. There are currently 6 publicly accessible EV charging stations across the country. Earlier this year, the government had secured funding from the United Nations Development Program to construct 3 solar-powered EV charging stations in the capital city. As the national standards body, the GNBS is tasked with ensuring consumers and stakeholders get quality products and services across the country through verification, product inspection, certification, and other core services. Meanwhile, Minister Rodrigues disclosed that the GNBS is also gearing up to partner with the Guyana Office for Investment, Go Invest, to improve the value of the Made in Guyana mark.
Shortly, the Bureau will be expanding its Made in Guyana certification program to include criteria to meet export requirements through a collaboration with Go Invest.
The Made in Guyana certification mark was launched in October 2021. It is a registered trademark designed to provide recognition for authentic Guyanese products in both local and international markets. It promotes national competitiveness by certifying products that meet specific criteria, such as the quantity of local raw materials and the number of Guyanese staff employed. Meanwhile, while stressing the need to strengthen the national quality framework, the minister highlighted the crucial role of the GNBS across all sectors, including oil and gas.
The Bureau also plays a crucial role in keeping our roads safe. Through its legal metrology department, all speed cameras across regions 3 and 4 have been verified to ensure accurate readings. In the oil and gas sector, GNBS remains a key partner. Inspectors are stationed on every FPSO offshore, where they verify the accuracy of flow meters, oversee the offloading of crude, and collect samples for testing, helping to safeguard Guyana's interests. GNBS continues to execute its mandate of verifying the accuracy of scales and fuel pumps at gas stations across the country, helping to ensure consumer protection. I am committed to supporting the GNBS in ensuring that the national quality infrastructure continues to be strengthened, to evolve, and to support our industries as Guyana accelerates its development. We will continue to champion policies and programs that empower our small businesses, advance service excellence, and prepare our country for broader regional and international markets.
The Guyana Police Force on Friday announced that it is moving to the courts for them to issue summons and arrest warrants for more than 1,800 errant drivers who have failed to pay outstanding speeding tickets or failed to attend court. This follows the successful implementation of the automated speed ticketing system launched earlier this year under the Safe Road Intelligence System project in partnership with the National Data Management Authority. Since its launch, the system has generated thousands of speeding tickets, which resulted in a significant reduction in speeding violations across major roadways. The Guyana Police Force reminds that offenders who fail to settle their fines promptly will face legal proceedings, and an arrest warrant can be issued for their failure to address the unpaid ticket. A warrant is a legal order issued by the court authorizing the arrest of a person who has failed to appear. Failure to comply after a warrant is issued can result in further legal penalties. Speeding remains one of the primary causes of traffic fatalities in Guyana. Between January 1 and June 14, 2025, the country recorded 54 fatal road accidents, an increase of 17% compared to 46 during the same period in 2024. These accidents resulted in 58 deaths, with speeding as the leading cause, accounting for 48 of the 54 fatal accidents in 2025. As the country continues to expand its road network, the GPF remains committed to using technology and data-driven enforcement to improve compliance and protect lives. Coming up, there is enough evidence to determine the extradition, says President Ali, and Angoy's Avenue man gets 4 years, fined $500,000 for ganja trafficking. Do stay with us. More news ahead.
From Charles chocolates, bunks into flavor. Ping pong, everybody want some. Roasted peanuts is the true #1. Ping pong, you better get a handful. This chocolate is so incredible. What's the snack everybody craves for? Ping pong, bunks into flavor. Chocolate coated peanuts, delicious top class A+. Ping pong, from Charles chocolates, bunks into flavor.
Get the job done right with Sylvie's Industrial Solutions, your trusted source for Stanley tools. Take on any challenge with the 820-watt impact wrench for power and precision, the 1000-volt insulated pliers for safety, the hex key set for versatile adjustments, the lithium screwdriver for effortless fastening, the polisher for flawless finish, and the 2200-watt angle grinder for heavy-duty cutting and grinding. Stanley tools deliver performance, durability, and unmatched reliability for all your projects. Shop now at sylviesonline.com. Sylvie's Industrial Solutions. Power, precision, and perfection in every tool.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and we're celebrating with big savings on smartphones, starting as low as $16,500 for the Samsung A06 and $26,500 for the Samsung A16 and $40,500 for the A26. But wait, there's more. Get 1 month free data with your new phone to keep you close to loved ones near and far. Offer available while stocks last. Visit a Digicel store today and unwrap the gift of real connections. Digicel.
Seeing her succeed makes me proud, and I know I made the right choice by giving her ENFAGROW since she was little. Knowing that 85% of brain growth will occur by age 3, ENFAGROW's blend of ingredients such as DHA helps support your toddler's brain development and contains 22 nutrients to support their diet or nutrition. ENFAGROW, what you do today will last forever. This product is not intended to be a substitute.
ExxonMobil Guyana is officially moving forward with the Hammerhead project, as confirmed in their final investment decision. This means the company is fully committed to investing in the project. Hammerhead is the company's 7th offshore project, representing an investment of $6.8 billion. This brings ExxonMobil's total investment in Guyana to over $60 billion, with first oil targeted for 2029. The floating, production, storage, and offloading vessel for this project is expected to produce around 150,000 barrels of oil per day. Additionally, the associated gas produced from the Hammerhead project reservoir will be transferred to the highly anticipated gas-to-energy pipeline network, which is expected to reduce electricity costs for all Guyanese by up to 50%. Since oil production started offshore, long-term investments have opened doors for Guyanese, shaping the industry and local economy for generations to come.
This Christmas runs on real connections with Digicel. The calls, the laughter, the joy, and the chance to pick and win big. We're giving away $12 million. Yes, every week, one lucky Digicel customer gets a chance to win up to $2 million. 6 lucky winners in total. Here's how you get in. Top up with $1,000 or more, or pay your fiber or postpaid bill in full. The more you top up, the more chances you get. Stay connected this Christmas for your chance to win big. Digicel.
Seeing her succeed makes me proud, and I know I made the right choice by giving her Enfagrow since she was little. Knowing that 85% of brain growth will occur by age 3, Enfagrow's blend of ingredients such as DHA helps support your toddler's brain development and contains 22 nutrients to support their diet or nutrition. Enfagrow, what you do today will last forever. This product is not intended to be a substitute.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. President Irfan Ali says there is enough evidence to move forward with the United States extradition request for businessman Nazar Shel Mohammed and his son Azruddin Mohammed, who have been indicted in a U.S. court for fraud and money laundering. Details in this Trishel Sobers report.
President Dr. Irfan Ali on Thursday told media operatives that sufficient evidence has already been presented to the court to support extradition proceedings involving U.S. indicted businessman Nazar Shel Mohammed and his son Azruddin Mohammed, dismissing claims by the opposition that the process could drag on for years and calling such commentary an alarming attempt to portray executive influence over the judiciary. He was at the time responding to questions about recent statements made by opposition Member of Parliament Azruddin Mohammed, suggesting that the proceeding may extend beyond 5 years. President Ali questioned the basis of Mohammed's assertion, noting the worrying optics of an elected official implying prior knowledge or control over judicial outcomes.
I don't know why he believes he is in charge of the court. Making a definitive statement like this is concerning to me, and I'm sure it's concerning to the judiciary, because he is making a statement that is very bold, as if he is aware of a system that would deliver to him a certain result. And that is concerning for all of us, concerning for the judiciary, I'm sure, and concerning for me as president. So yes, it is of concern that he can be bold enough to make such a statement and be of the belief that he is in control of the judiciary to make such a conclusive statement.
The father-son duo has been indicted by a grand jury in the United States District Court for the Southern District of Florida on 11 criminal charges, including wire fraud, mail fraud, and money laundering, tied to alleged illicit gold operations to the U.S. through their company, Mohammed's Enterprises. Prosecutors claim the pair conspired to defraud the governments of Guyana and the U.S. from 2017 to June 11, 2024, using interstate and foreign commerce communications to facilitate the scheme. On this note, the president reiterated respect for due process, stressing that the matter is not one for trial in Guyana, but for judicial determination on whether the evidence satisfies criminal thresholds under U.S. law to trigger extradition.
Well, let me say that we believe that in due process, we believe that the Mohammeds must have due process. They are having that due process. But I want to remind you that it's not for the courts of Guyana or the magistrate to try this case. It is for the magistrate to determine that there is enough evidence that constitute a crime in the U.S. And for the extradition to take place based on that. And what we have seen so far is that all the documents relating to a crime being committed has been submitted to the court. And of course, we also have to remember that it is a jury, a grand jury of, I think, 12 persons who would have concluded that there is enough evidence to determine the extradition.
Meanwhile, responding separately to questions on the parliamentary process for formalizing Mohammed's appointment as opposition leader, President Ali noted that this falls squarely within the remit of the legislature. Although WIN founder Azzuddin Mohammed has publicly indicated his intention to assume the role of opposition leader, the Guyanese leader reminded that the appointment remains pending and must be determined in a separate process convened by the Speaker of the National Assembly and opposition member of parliaments. With this in mind, he acknowledged reports that the Speaker is currently overseas, explaining that National Assembly procedures cannot reasonably be convened mid-travel.
There are three branches of government: the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. The legislature would, within the rules, I'm sure, constitute their meeting at the relevant time to have the leader of the opposition elected. That's in their domain. I think from what I've seen in the news, the speaker is traveling now, so you don't expect the speaker to convene a meeting while he's traveling or he's overseas. So I'm sure that the Speaker and the National Assembly, the Speaker would convene the meeting at the appropriate time and have that process completed.
Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
Meanwhile, the businessman Nazar Mohammed and his son Azzuddin Mohammed are expected to return to court on December 4, 2025, after their attorneys requested additional time to review documents handed over by the prosecution on Friday. The defense had been scheduled to make its submissions during Friday's hearing at the Georgetown Magistrates Court, but the prosecutors used the session to complete their final round of disclosure, providing the remaining documents and evidence requested in the matter. Following the close of disclosure, the Mohammeds' legal team asked for more time to prepare their submissions, citing the volume and complexity of the newly supplied material. The magistrate granted the request and set December 4 as the date for the defense to present its oral submissions. The prosecution is expected to deliver its counterarguments on December 8, after which both sides will formally outline their positions before the case advances to its next stage. The upcoming hearings will determine whether sufficient evidence exists for the men to be committed for extradition to the United States. Here is Andrew Carmichael, who reported that 26-year-old Kevin Walton from Angois Avenue, New Amsterdam, Berbice, was on Friday slapped with a 4-year sentence and fined $500,000 after he pleaded guilty to trafficking more than $9 million worth of ganja.
Kevin Wilson, also known as Kevin Waldron, appeared before Magistrate Alan Wilson at the Maikoni Magistrates Court on Friday, where he pleaded guilty to trafficking over 30 kilograms of cannabis on November 25, 2025. The court heard that on the day in question, Walton was intercepted at Harmony Hall, Maikoni, with 30,625 grams of cannabis for the purpose of trafficking with a street value of over $9.1 million. According to the prosecution, police acted on a tip-off and went to Harmony Hall, where they observed motorcar PRR 5752 parked along the public road. Inside were Waldron and a female passenger who told the court that they were hanging out. As such, ranks searched the motorcar, during which 3 black garbage bags containing several compressed parcels of cannabis were found in the trunk. Police say Walton immediately accepted responsibility for the narcotics, telling the officer that the woman knew nothing of the drugs. The duo was taken to the Maikoni police station, where the cannabis was weighed and amounted to 30,625 grams. Walton appeared in court unrepresented and pleaded guilty when the charge was read to him. With no mitigation offered, the magistrate imposed a $500,000 fine along with 4 years imprisonment. Family members of the young man broke down in tears as the sentence was delivered. Magistrate Wilson urged Walton to reflect on his life choices, telling him, "You are only 26 years old. You destroyed your future. You threw away your whole future." Magistrate Wilson reminded him that drug trafficking carries severe penalties and warned him to consider his direction of life once he's released. Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
Once again, here's our Berbice correspondent, this time to report that 3 men who were on trial for the 2020 murder of Mohammed Hanif of Experiment Village walked free on Thursday after a Berbice High Court jury returned unanimous not guilty verdicts. The acquittals came after weeks of testimonies from 22 witnesses.
The murder trial ended dramatically on Thursday when the jurors found the 3 accused not guilty of murdering 49-year-old Mohammed Hanif. Royston Saki Dowdin, Ivan Lindo, and Devon McCalmon, all laborers of West Coast Berbice, were accused of breaking into Hanif's Experiment Village home, beating and chopping him to death during what the prosecution described as a planned robbery. The state's case was presented by prosecutor Cecilia Kerbin, who called several witnesses, including government pathologist Dr. Nihal Singh. Dr. Singh testified that Hanif died from shock and hemorrhage due to multiple chops and blunt force injuries. The jury also heard from Hanif's wife, Bibi Darifa Hanif, who claimed that the armed bandits forced their way into the house while she and her husband were upstairs and attacked him when he refused to hand over money he had recently returned with from St. Martin. However, her account came under heavy scrutiny from the defense, including attorneys Kevin Morgan, Horatio Edmondson, Chandra Sohan, and Vinay Punwa. Morgan represented Dowdin, Edmondson represented Lindo, and Sohan and Punwa represented McCalmon. During cross-examination, the defense highlighted inconsistencies in the widow's statement, including her earlier arrest on suspicion of orchestrating the attack, although she was later released on station bail and never charged. Sohan questioned her purchase of Valium tablets earlier that day, suggesting that the deceased may have been asleep or sedated when the attack occurred. Punwa reinforced that line of argument, telling the court that her conflicting stories created serious and recoverable doubt about what truly happened. Edmondson and Morgan both argued that no forensic evidence, eyewitness identification, or physical link connected the clients to the crime. The defense also referred to a police statement in which one suspect claimed that the widow had opened the door for the attackers, an allegation she repeatedly denied. After reviewing all the evidence, the jury returned unanimous not guilty verdicts for all 3 men, bringing the trial to an immediate end. Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
Tropical Shipping, the U.S.-based transportation and logistics company, has reaffirmed its commitment to community development in Guyana through a significant donation to the Rotary Club of Georgetown Central. The contribution, aimed specifically at supporting literacy and education programs, was officially handed over during a brief ceremony at Tropical Shipping's Georgetown office on High Street, Kingston on Thursday. Here are the details from Trishelle Sobers.
Country manager for Tropical Shipping in Guyana, Glennis Hodge, led the presentation, supported by several members of her local team. Hodge explained that the donation falls squarely within Tropical Shipping's well-established community relations program, an initiative that has, over the years, been central to the company's operations across the Caribbean and beyond. She noted that the program is specifically designed to support youth-centered and educational projects, along with broader efforts that build resilience in more than 30 regions the company serves. Receiving the donation on behalf of RCGC was the club's president, Lloyd David, who expressed heartfelt appreciation for Tropical Shipping's consistent support.
So the Rotary Club of Georgetown Central is extremely delighted at the fact that Tropical Shipping continues to support us as we work with communities across Guyana. This fund, this donation that we received today will go a far way in ensuring particularly our literacy and education program be fruitful and continue to exist across the length and breadth of Guyana. We will be able to donate several items to the less fortunate and organizations that need supplies so as to enhance their activities. So RCGC is extremely happy and want to say thank you very much to Tropical Shipping for your continued support year after year.
The handover ceremony underscored the enduring partnership between Tropical Shipping and RCGC, with both organizations committed to supporting youth and educational programs while uplifting communities across Guyana. The donation is expected to fund literacy initiatives, provide supplies to underserved groups, and strengthen the reach of programs that aim to create meaningful opportunities for young people. Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
Tensions are flaring at the number 53 Union Community Complex as long-serving committee members and the Neighborhood Democratic Council are at odds over who should control the facility. Two senior community representatives say the NDC is attempting to forcefully take over the complex, while the NDC chairman insists residents themselves voted for a new management committee. Our Berbice correspondent Andrew Carmichael is following this story and filed this report.
The conflict over the number 53 Union Community Complex intensified this week after APNU AFC councillor Norris Harvey claimed that he was instructed to stop all activities at the facility, including work on the community library.
Monday last, I was in the compound checking on some work in the compound for do at the library, and Mr. Raj, called Lekram Singh, entered the compound with some other members, Indira Jafferly, Borget, and one, Odwin Douglas. They said to me that that day, Monday, I must not do anything at the complex anymore.
Harvey, who has lived in number 53 village for more than 30 years and served as treasurer for the complex committee, says he was also approached with a letter demanding that he hand over assets belonging to the facility.
I'm made to understand that the overseer been searching for me. He also went by the secretary with a letter stating that what I observed today, what he read to me, saying that I should submit the asset from the complex, for the complex, and the keys tomorrow, 1:30. So I asked him, they have a look at the letter and flash it. He said, no, I can't do it, let's sign for the letter. And I refused to sign for the letter, and he drove away, he and the chairman.
He claimed that this is part of what he believes is a continued effort by some NDC officials to remove the long-established committee that has run the complex for decades. The former local authority chairman, a long-standing community leader, Vibert Welch, said the complex was built by people of the Union through self-help in the early 1970s and should remain under community control.
This complex was started when I was the vice chairman of the local authority. The money raised to build this complex came from a portion of reserve land that we have at the back, which was left for communal grazing and future of the extension of Oaks lots. The people of Union decided then that they will use the sand money to build a building whereby they can come and perform, meet and have meetings and etc. So in 1971, a committee was formed. The committee was formed. When the committee was formed, it was agreed that this building will be built and it will be built by self-help. So it was built by self-help.
Welch accuses political actors of attempting to divide the community in order to seize control of the building.
I am disturbed now that some people who know nothing at all about this village, know nothing at all about this complex, are fighting to take over this complex from us. This building belongs to the people of Union, and it must serve the people of Union to the best of our ability.
However, the NDC is flatly rejecting those claims. In an invited comment, chairman of the 5263 NDC, Hemraj Gancham, says concerns had been repeatedly raised by residents over the way the existing management committee was handling the affairs of the complex. According to Gancham, the NDC went door to door inviting residents to a meeting after the council received the complaints. He added that there had been no financial statements from the committee for more than 2 years, despite multiple requests. Gancham also confirmed that both Harvey and Welch were invited to Monday's community meeting, but neither of them attended. At that meeting, he said residents themselves decided to form a new management committee. The NDC was then mandated to ensure that the facility is formally handed over to the new elected body. The chairman maintains that the process was transparent and driven by the community, while Harvey and Welch insist that the long-standing committee remains legitimate and should not be removed. Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Berbice River Bridge is scheduled to be closed to vehicular traffic on Saturday, November 29, 2025 at 10 hours 55 for a period of 1.5 hours.
20 schools to compete for inaugural schools futsal title and GBA's National Open Boxing Championship set for December 19 to 21. These and more coming up in this evening's Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp.
In today's tough driving conditions, every engine faces three powerful enemies: engine heat, pollutants, and frequent short trips. Each factor is a direct cause of engine sludge, a buildup of dirt that can block vital oilways. This triple threat demands triple protection. Castrol GTX's Triple Protect Power is engineered to fight these three main causes of engine sludge.
Seeing her succeed makes me proud, and I know I made the right choice by giving her EnfaGrow since she was little. Knowing that 85% of brain growth will occur by age 3, EnfaGrow's blend of ingredients such as DHA helps support your toddler's brain development and contains 22 nutrients to support their diet or nutrition. EnfaGrow, what you do today will last forever. This product is not intended to be a substitute.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and we're celebrating with big savings on smartphones, starting as low as $16,500 for the Samsung A06 and $26,500 for the Samsung A16 and $40,500 for the A26. But wait, there's more. Get 1 month free data with your new phone to keep you close to loved ones near and far. Offer available while stocks last. Visit a Digicel store today and unwrap the gift of real connections. Digicel.
Nature inspired the technology behind Dry Coat by Lanco, a paint that repels moisture, keeping your walls dry and flawless. No stains, no damage, just beautiful protected walls. With Dry Coat, you can choose any color you love and stop humidity in its tracks. Dry Coat by Lanco. Perfect walls, moisture free. The experts recommend Lanco.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Satco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.
Seeing her succeed makes me proud, and I know I made the right choice by giving her ENFOGROW since she was little. Knowing that 85% of brain growth will occur by age 3, ENFOGROW's blend of ingredients such as DHA helps support your toddler's brain development and contains 22 nutrients to support their diet or nutrition. ENFOGROW, what you do today will last forever. This product is not intended to be a substitute or